I can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand. You felt so good in it, no bigger than a minute. How it amazes me, you're changing with every blink, faster than a flower blooms. They grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. I never felt so much in one little tender touch. I live for those kisses, your prayers and your wishes. And now you're teaching me how only a child can see. Tonight while we're on our knees, all I ask is please let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. So innocent, precious soul. You turn around and it's time to let them go. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. Let them be little.
The Best of Berwyn program is a recognition of the top 8th grade students in the city of Berwyn. And we're not looking for the best academic student, but we're looking for the best well-rounded student. One who has good grades, does volunteer work in the community, and leads a great moral and ethical lifestyle.
It takes more than academics to build a great citizen. What do they do for the community? How do they participate? What could they bring to the table? What ideas do they have? We need to let these young adults know that we appreciate them and their hard work.
It's a very good opportunity for them to be able to feel pride in what they do. They don't have opportunities where they can show off their talents other than in their schools or maybe in the districts.
I think it's important for people not to forget that Berwyn is a very special place. It's a very tight community, all different walks of life, very diverse. So when you meet these kids, it's so nice to see that there's still good family values in Berwyn.
Best of Berwyn students are nominated through their school districts or a recognized community organization. Our judging groups consist of about 8 community leaders. Our goal is to get them to a comfort level where they can tell us about themselves, but more importantly, tell us why somebody thought so highly of them to nominate them for this great program.
Some things to get to know me is I like doing kickboxing as a sport. I also like going out with my family, and I like collecting action figures. But something that I feel I'm the most proud of is that I've accumulated this past year over 100 hours of community service. I did a personal food drive myself. I prepared the food. I drove it to one of the police stations where they have some of the immigrants, and I hand passed all the food to all of them. It was almost like 50 plates of food and drinks that we passed. What I learned from all of this was that no matter what ethnicity, age, or language barrier, especially with my work with the immigrants, as we had a big language barrier, I feel that you can really help your community in a positive way, like I have.
I'm an overachieving student, I'll say that. I always strive to get high grades, and I push my goals higher and higher each time. I participate in multiple activities like basketball, choir. I'm one of the highest working scouts in my troop. Currently one of the youngest leaders, and especially since there's barely any females in the troop, I think it's a huge milestone that I'm gotten this far.
I'm a very athletic, fun person to hang around with. Most of my friends, they call me the mom of the group. I play volleyball, I play soccer, I do cheerleading.
I like running, I like singing, I like communicating with people generally, and especially on student leadership issues.
I am Thai and Chinese, so and French and Irish, a little combination. I go to this Thai school. I would go there for lessons for dancing, music, and kickboxing. Sometimes there would be festivals, and I have to go dance on stage, wear these traditional outfits, and play some songs on the rana. It's a xylophone curved.
I am recognized by a lot of my teachers because I tend to talk a lot. I tend to talk a lot about just my daily lives and things, and I make sure that my classmates are comfortable around me and feel like they could talk to me about anything or ask if they need any help.
I'd say I am a very supportive person. I'm supportive and I'm attentive. Whenever anyone needs help, I'm always there for them. Sports mean a lot to me. They help me cope with a bunch of stuff, and they also help with my physical health, which I like a lot.
Basketball has been very important to me because it also has made me closer to my dad and my brother. I have a twin brother who plays basketball as well, so being competitive with each other is just our love language. I feel like a lot of people see me as a caring and most encouraging person. If you see me at volleyball, basketball, or soccer games, I'm always there to hype my teammates up, pick their heads up, and then I'm always there for their backs. They're always there for me too, and I really like that about that.
I'm in soccer because of my father. When I was little, he would take me to the park, or we would watch soccer games. And then as I got older, once I was 12 when he passed away with liver cancer, I felt the need to continue with it, his legacy, I guess. I made the soccer team in 6th grade, junior varsity. I was one of 3 girls. I'm now on the varsity soccer team. So I'm proud that I've come this far.
I've been in robotics. I'm in STEM, the STEM program that's at Morden, and I'm very into science, and I'm very into childhood education, early childhood education.
Some school activities that I'm involved in are basketball, soccer, volleyball, and recently I've joined NJHS Student Council and Yearbook. I've been doing tap dancing since I was about 3 years old. Ice skating, I've been in Girl Scouts for a long time too. I've been throughout 2 troops. We've done a lot of service activities, selling Girl Scout cookies. I don't know if you guys like them, sell those.
I really like playing music and drawing art. I play the saxophone, and I know a little bit of piano, and I really want to try to learn the violin eventually.
I have a passion in music. I play guitar, flute, and viola. I was in the mariachi band from District 98. I think that music is a very fun way to express your feelings.
I'm a classical pianist, and I love playing music, and it's always been a big passion of mine. Music has a very powerful effect on many people. I write songs and post them on SoundCloud, not only for feedback, but I also oftentimes incorporate some of the world's problems in my lyrics, and so I hope that makes an impact on somebody.
People say I'm really caring and kind to others. They say I have a really big heart, and I just want to help people
and help the community to make it a better place.
All these kids have achieved a lot, and they're only 13, and for them to have somebody at home that supports them is obviously very important.
We want our best students in the city of Berwyn to get the recognition that they deserve, as well as their support group, be it a neighbor, a family member, a teacher, because we are all true believers that they have not gotten here by themselves.
As a mom myself, I have 3 kids. Sometimes, you think about late at night when they're sleeping, am I doing enough? Obviously, your kids see everything you do, all the hard work that you put in, the late nights. They understand why you're at work. They understand why you're doing everything to just get them ahead. And the love that these kids showed for their parents, not to be biased, but specifically their moms, was really amazing.
When you're the best of anything, it's a reflection on the families. They wouldn't have gotten here without their parents. They wouldn't have gotten here without a support system. It's kind of like this is the parents' report card of getting to see all of their hard work shaping and molding their children. So while we want the students to be proud of themselves, we hope that the parents are sitting back with a tear in their eye, knowing that they've done a great job raising the future of our society.
Somebody that has inspired me is my mom, mostly. I think she's very hardworking. I think she's somebody that I look up to the most because she's impacted me the most. She's taught me everything I know. She's a hard worker. She came here from Ecuador, so she's gone through a lot. She's had trouble, but she's learned a lot, and she's taught me what she learned.
My mom and dad, Laura and Willie, they've just contributed so much. My dad, he came here when he was 18, not speaking any English. He got a job as a busboy. He became like a demolitionist, grand scale demolition, so, big stuff.
I look up to my mother. She's done so much for me and my siblings in my life, and I'm very proud of her.
My dad and my older brother. My older brother has always been an athlete, so him being an athlete has always made me see being a team player into everything. And my dad would be to never give up. He's always made sure that I wouldn't just give up on the first try, and I keep doing it over and over again.
My mom and my dad have always been there for me. They've sacrificed a lot in their life since they're immigrants. They came here to Chicago, to Berwyn, to give me and my sisters a better chance in our lives, especially my mom. During 6th grade, I did struggle a lot with my mental health. I struggled a lot with anxiety and depression, and it was really difficult for me to go to school. And my mom was always there for me every step along the way, and she's helped me a lot with that.
It has to be my sister as well, because she's the one that really got me into sports. She's the one that really helps me with my academic work as well. She's the one that I always call her when I need help with homework, and she's always there for me. She's my support beam.
My parents, for sure. My grandparents are immigrants from here, and my parents are the first in the family to get a degree from college, so they really push me to do my best, and they inspire me every single day.
First, I would have to say my grandfather. He has helped me through many obstacles. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am, and if he wasn't such the amazing, enthusiastic person that he is towards me, and also my other cousins as well. Secondly, my mother, she takes me everywhere I go, takes me to school, takes me to swim practice, takes me anything that I want to do, she will help me with that.
The person that I give most credit to is my mother, because growing up, it was only really just me and her, and she has taught me many things, and she has always believed in me and supported me and provided me the resources that I need, and I owe that all to her.
I admire my 7th grade ELA teacher, Miss Blecka, because she pushed me to be someone I could never be if I never was pushed. And she taught me that it's better to work stronger and to always keep going than give up. And she's a good role model in my life, that I want to be someone who pushes people to be the best of who they can be.
I think my mom is a very hardworking person. She works at the school that I go to, Freedom Middle School. She works as a custodian. I think I want to be just like her. she always puts me and my siblings first. She's a single mother, so I know that's like hard for her. I want to be just as hardworking as she is. She's always there for me if I need her. She's always helping me with any of the schoolwork that I have trouble with, and she's always telling me to keep going and go big.
The biggest person that inspires me is my mom, because she's like really caring even when like things aren't that good. Like let's say like I'm burned out from school, she's still there for me to like give me a hug whenever I need one. She kind of led me toward doing this and the IMSA Promise program and the Morton STEM program, which I'm really appreciative of, because I never thought of doing that before. But now I feel like it's been a really fun experience.
My parents had me at a very young age, at 16. And it was hard to get to the point where we are right now, to get a home. We were a low-income family. But when I told them I got Best of Berwyn, seeing the smiles, they knew that their hard work paid off. They've always taught me to be humble and grateful for everything that I've earned to this day. They worked hard no matter the struggles. That taught me how I can always overcome something no matter how hard the barrier may seem.
You're not here unless you have great skills at dealing with the kinds of things that kids at this age come up against. Their ability to manage all that and thrive in that environment and still focus on what's most important is really impressive.
Those challenges are from a 13-year-old who is just beginning the challenges, and they are beyond their years in trying to figure out solutions for it and to be making the world a better place.
The hardest thing about being a teenager is wanting to be someone else. And I think every teenager should just learn to love themselves, accept themselves as who they are, and that validation isn't needed from another person.
I see that many kids look at each other as in like, oh, she's not dressed this way, I'm not gonna be friends with her. They don't look this way, I'm not gonna be friends with them. I would like to be in an environment where kids accept each other for their personality, not off their looks.
My biggest challenge is get to know people. Like, not a lot of people open up about how they feel, and a lot of people say things to other people that they don't know what's going on in their life. So it's like, you shouldn't be saying to other people if you haven't been in their shoes and you haven't understand how they felt and what they've been going through.
I think I was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3 or 4. So it made me have a lot of setbacks, both education-wise and also socially. I became more confident with myself socially because I realized that I had many family members that were always behind me, that were always supporting me no matter what. And this made me more confident. I was able to become how I am right now, where I'm in the National Juice Honor Society and become an honor student, thanks to the devotion my parents gave me for me to be determined to reach all these goals. So I feel like my diagnosis is something that makes me push forward each and every day to become better.
It hurts my soul whenever I don't come across to somebody the way I want to, because I always want to put my best foot forward, and I always want to show people the best version of myself, and I always want to make friends with people. I have Tourette syndrome. I have always struggled with that, although I'm on medication, and it's become easier for me to deal with this. It's difficult to try to fit in socially and yet still maintain a positive attitude when people see you as a joke sometimes. However, I want to use this as an opportunity to spread awareness about more of this. We need to be more aware about how we affect people's mental health around us based on our actions, so that we can all become the best version of ourselves that we can.
It's amazing to see where some of these kids are going, where they're going to be going to schools, where they're going to be doing with their future.
I feel like kids nowadays don't think about the future. They don't think about how they want to take care of their parents or family, or how they're going to financially take care of themselves. So it's nice to see kids start their game plan now for their future and what they need to do to get to that goal.
After high school's over, I see myself
Probably getting into our family business, because our family has been doing the job of working on cars, auto mechanics, and it pays good money, and I'm really interested in it. So I might join them.
I would like to be a teacher, and being a teacher, you're presented with kids who have different ways of thinking, or who are just different in general, and you think, okay, how can I help this kid to reach the best of his abilities? Because the way that one kid thinks isn't going to be the way that the other kid thinks. And being able to be a strategic thinker, in my opinion, is being able to branch off into different solutions.
I like building models ever since I was younger. When we were stuck in COVID, I used to build like these little like tassels out of paper and tape and glue. And I made this huge one that expanded my whole table. And you could play with little figures on there, so that's what I really like doing. My sister is also becoming an environmental engineer, and with my help in architecture, we want to create the first self-sustaining home that doesn't need any supply of water or electricity coming from a power plant.
I love animals, and when I grow up, I want to be a researcher at National Geographic. So in order to get there, I gotta work at zoos, maybe volunteer a bit here and there, paws clinic, maybe.
I want to become a veterinarian. I've always loved animals since I was little. I have 2 dogs. I had a bunny and a cat. When I was little, I wanted birds, but I never got to have my birds because my mom didn't want me to have birds.
I'm thinking right now that I want to become a dermatologist because I personally have taken an interest in skin and health, and I think it's important. I think health is very important. It deals with your confidence and a lot of other things. So I've just taken a good interest in it.
I just want to be involved in not just community service, but just service to others. Certainly, I would like to be involved with UNICEF because I feel that their work is very much needed in our times, where there's a bunch of wars going on, where we see hate against all sorts of peoples. And I just really want to help those people get through the tough times.
When I was thinking about being a lawyer just in general, I kind of thought about what I wanted to do. I really did want to do something for the environment, so that's kind of how I came to the conclusion that I wanted to be an environmental lawyer, because this is the world that we're living in, and if it doesn't get any better, then where are we going to live? What's going to happen to everybody?
I know that I want to do something in engineering. It's not a senior software engineer. I love coding. Coding is a very good skill for me. I love handling the robot into the field and making a game. It's sort of a video game for me.
When I get out of college, I definitely want to be able to help women grow as a community, because you don't see a lot of women being strong, doing things, because a lot of women go through obstacles that are rough for them. And I not only want to help women, but I want to help young women be able to grow and become a better person just for their future. I want to be able to show that women are able to be stronger and are able to be ahead, and I want women to get more recognition for things that they do that are important to the community.
I would love to build houses one day. I would love to build buildings. I've thought about building schools because honestly, the buildings that I would make would house people. They would house lives, they would house problems and good times and good memories and bad memories. And there's honestly so much that goes on in a building that will outlive the person or the architect who builds or designs it.
I want to become a cop, and then from a cop, I want to be on the SWAT team, yeah. It's really cool. I really love what they do. They're keeping our streets safe. When I was younger, I really wanted to be a police officer. I changed my mind to many different things, but looking back on it and seeing a lot that the cops are really keeping us safe,
I would like to graduate college and major in psychology, because I do want to help teens or anyone with their mental health, since I've went through a hard time with my mental health, so I think that's really important to me. The Berwyn community has always been something that I'm part of. I was born here and I've grown up here, so I love it and I want to make it better.
When we started the program, we probably didn't realize the impact that it would have There is not a year that goes by that the judges are just not in awe of the 8th grade students that we have in our city here.
Our future is bright, and there's a lot of bad in this world that we see in the news especially, and then you talk to these brilliant kids. I mean, they're brilliant, and how they look at the world, their accomplishments, and what they want to achieve. It's very nice to see that the next generation is in good hands.
I love the progress that our community has had, and I know that with these kids coming up, the progress is just going to keep on going, and our community is going to be there for its residents. And these kids are the future generation.
We know the teachers are proud of these Best of Berwyn students. We know the parents are proud. What we hope for is that they walk away from here knowing that they have made an impact on the community. They've made an impact on their fellow students that they have grown up with. They've made an impact on the teachers that have taught them. They need to walk away from this competition knowing they should be very proud of themselves.
We are the best of Berwyn!